Sure.
Hey, Professor. What are you doing daydreaming in a place like this? It's lucky. As spacey as you are, you're always reliable in a pinch.
I wasn't daydreaming.
Sure. Then what were you thinking about? It's hard to tell what's going on in that skull of yours. Your expression is always blank. Come on, smile.
What is a smile?
What is a smile? By the way, in the next battle, may I focus on logistical support? Off the battlefield, there's no use having a weakling like me in the middle of the action. And it would
You're
bring
not
down
weak.
morale if I were killed.
You're not a weakling.
Have you even seen me, Professor? Look at these noodly little arms. I should be cheering everyone on from the sidelines. It'll certainly improve the boys' morale, don't you think?
That it probably would. Why don't you want to fight?
Because even if I do, I won't be of any help. My big brother is the type of person who's supposed to be on the battlefield. For me, it's just a waste of energy. It's pointless. Everyone's cut out for something different. The right person for the right task, you know? Please, Professor. Keep me off the battlefield, and maybe I won't tell everyone you were daydreaming.
Sure.
Hey, Professor. Pretty great timing. I want to ask you something. I'd like to be in your class. I've been thinking, maybe I ought to... Wow, I'll be there. Thanks.
A mercenary. A thief. That's a really hard one to get.
New pack.
Was there any doubt?
Any bullions? Doesn't look like I have any other in here. No. Ah! I could make you a fighter. There's really no reason I should have you stay as a noble, but your axe isn't very good. Make you a monk. I don't know how well that would roll with your dark magic. We're gonna hold off on you. I'll go ahead and make you a monk. Let's just say forget it.
I actually... Perfect. I'm so...
This one has me genuinely worried.
The rite of rebirth is finally underway. Time to see if our hunch was right.
I hope it's not. Then we wouldn't have to fight anyone.
Only the goddess knows.
Dear Goddess, please protect us.
Right or wrong, the clock is ticking. All we can do for now is stick to the plan.
You seem a mite too relaxed for my liking. The goddess's rite of rebirth is about to begin. While we are in the goddess tower, we are relying on you to secure the locations that are lacking in defense.
May I let you in on something, Professor? My brother can be a bit... callous. He told me that he was concerned about you, and hinted that perhaps you would be better off patrolling a coffin.
That was said in jest, Flame, and in confidence. Please just remain by my side and do not cause any more trouble. As a professor, you would do well to remember that it is your duty to guide your students down the path of righteousness.
Please excuse us, everyone. We shall see you again after the ceremony has concluded. Sedith is way too overprotective. He reminds me of my brother.
Come on, Teach. I know a hidden spot where we can monitor the stairs that lead to the Holy Mausoleum. If there's anyone down there, they'll be trapped like the rats they are. We'll just have to take them down without getting bitten.
Well, let's do this. You're gonna need a horse slayer. I can pick one of those up for Leone. For Leone. I'm not gonna pronounce her name like that because I'm bothering myself doing that. I like Leone though. I do. I think she's a fun character. I also think she's adorable. Let's take a look at the units I have. Ash and Marianne are here. Lysithia is here. Oh, you have one ready for Hilda. Interesting. Yes, you can support with Ash, and I have one ready. Lysithia can support with Felix. And Cyril, interesting. Ah. Ah!
Welcome. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
You need a bow too while I'm at it.
Is that the one? Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
There's a reason I'm buying a couple horse slayers, because him. He scares me, but he has a dark seal. And you know who needs a dark seal? Lysithea. Wait, she still has dark magic. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of this. Okay, let's do this. Or if 25 turns pass.
Those Central Church dastards have spotted us. Buy me some time while I open the seal on the casket.
I'm on it.
Looks like the enemy is going after the casket in the back. Maybe they're going after the Saint's bones? I'd like to defeat... But did you notice? Look closely at the...
Yes, these are stage hazards.
Smart move.
They can help or inhibit you. These help with evasion, and look who's sitting on one. There are treasures here. Cover. Ward. There are chests here, and I would like to get inside them. Luckily, you have a chest key. I think there's one over here. Yes, and you have a chest key.
Who, me?
Oh, hold up.
I'll give it my all.
Let's get to it. Another one down.
Ready and willing.
Gotta keep him put down. Gotta focus these guys.
Sorry, did I hurt you? Don't...
Now, he will not attack you unless you attack him. It's that simple.
Stay focused.
He has no interest in fighting you. Oh, I need to put up the Saros shield
Me?
next chance I get.
Leave it to me.
Raphael and Lysithea are going to focus on this direction. Felix, you're going with them. Lawrence,
Stand ready.
Byleth, and Leone.
Death Knight, prove your
I'm
strength
going for
and
the other
scatter
chest.
these fools.
I don't take commands or waste my time on weaklings.
I'm getting a really disturbing vibe from that guy. No one go near the evil-looking knight, okay?
At least not till we're ready. The Death Knight is ignoring you. It's that simple. I don't know why, but he has no interest in fighting you. But it's Night Kneeler. That's why I wanted the Horse Slayer.
I'll celebrate later.
You're ready for an
Gotta
upgrade.
keep him.
You didn't give it your all. We must all do our part.
It's not luck, it's fate.
If you say so. Not good. At least she's protected now.
How do you like that?
I like
I'm
that a
impressed.
lot. Do it again. I keep forgetting to use that damn shield.
Won that.
Okay, you can be a brawler or something now.
You were outmatched. There's still a long way to go.
The fight continues.
And you can be an archer now.
I'm starting to...
No vulnerary, that's not good.
The reinforcements haven't arrived? If they approach from behind, we can attack them from both sides.
Watch and learn. each battle a chance to grow.
That takes care of that.
I must steel myself.
Well, that doesn't really mean anything on Ash, because Ash can pick locks. Ash grew up as a thief. Oof. I can work with that.
Oh, nice! Let's see them handle this.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to fuck with the Death Knight. At least not directly. That's what you have your little battalions for.
It's over.
Thanks for that.
There's the reinforcements.
Thank you.
Now, if I can't pull this off in a single turn, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Because they hit hard. He hits hard, and he will kill units if you're unprepared.
Much needed.
A minor nuisance coming up.
Never underestimate an outsider.
9 turn. It's
Let's go.
if it hits. Damn. Not good. It's not good either.
I'll celebrate later. Of course I won. I don't have...
Like moths to a flame.
We're behind you.
Don't underestimate us.
I told you.
Yeah, and now he's gonna go full on ape.
I can help.
And this very well may not
Watch
work.
this.
But that's what you have the ability to turn back time for.
We have this covered.
It's time.
I'll back you up. I've got an idea.
Get the feeling I've made a terrible mistake.
Did the trick.
We're gonna find out, I suppose. Who's he focusing? Lysithia. I get the feeling this may have been a mistake. This was a mistake.
Vexing.
Stay focused.
I stand ready.
Who, me? Oh, nice.
I got this.
Let's get to it.
Ready and willing.
I'll go.
Have someone
Leave
ready
it
to
to
take
me.
out the knight. Have someone ready to take him out if this goes south.
I'll give it my all.
That's gonna be Ash and Felix.
Who, me?
Good.
Like
I'll aid you.
We've got to try.
I told
I'm here to help. Here's an idea.
Oh god, he still hits.
Incoming. Pull out all the stops.
That helps.
Don't you miss on me, Leone. Beautiful! You are beautiful! Ho, 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 ho.
You can't get comfortable.
Oh, I love you. Ooh, that got hairy fast. Felix, would you do the honors of finishing this for me?
You're too late. The seal will be broken any minute now.
Too easy. Not good enough.
It's no use. The seal is broken. You can't... A sword.
These are clackers, by the way. Tell you right now, this is going to be a deadly weapon in the right hands.
What?
The perspective's really weird with this moment. He looks so tiny, but in reality the height hasn't changed. Those are just weird step things. The perspective is really, really weird in this scene. Man, I get that that's supposed to be altars and stuff, but the perspective's a little weird. When it does actual 2D animation, it looks great, but... Oh, it's about time you three showed up.
Oh, looks like you have this under control.
Oh, just barely.
Stragglers.
Will do.
You're damn right she's the MVP.
As all of you have committed a breach of faith, the Archbishop will now pass judgment.
Inciting a kingdom noble to rebel. Unlawful entry. The attempted assassination of the Archbishop. An attack on the Holy Mausoleum. It is unnecessary to go on, followers of the Western Church.
What? We have nothing to do with the Western Church.
You have already been identified. please spare us your second-rate theater.
Dishonoring a holy ceremony is worthy of death for a member of the Church. You are well past the hope of redemption. If you have any grace remaining, you will willingly offer your life as atonement for this crime.
No, this isn't what we were told would happen. We've been deceived!
It's no use arguing. Whatever your excuse, the punishment stands.
May your souls find peace as they return to the goddess.
Wait, please! The goddess would never forgive you for our execution!
Monster. We know you've already slaughtered many of our fellow brethren like this.
This concludes the investigation. Please remove these poor lost souls from my sight.
I suppose that's that. The assassination attempt, the attack on the Holy Mausoleum. Looks like it was all a plot by the Western Church. It's just too bad that that masked knight who was leading the attack got away. Vanished without a trace.
But why would the Western Church want to attack Lady Rhea?
Why? Take your pick of reasons. Relations with the Western Church aren't exactly friendly.
What reasons are those?
Oh, that's right. Geralt mentioned that you grew up completely isolated from the Church. The Church of Seiros is split into a few different branches across Fodlan. The Central Church is headquartered right here at Garrick Mach. Then there's the Western Church. Far west from Castle Gaspar, where Lord Lonato had his little rebellion, is the fortress city of Arianrode. It's the strongest
Silver
fortress in
Maiden.
the kingdom. On the other side of it is the headquarters of the Western Church.
Not too smart to bicker with people who worship the same goddess as you.
The
Oh,
bishop
if
of
it
the
were
Western
only
Church
that
must be
simple.
pretty ambitious. Probably hopes to split off completely.
Many Protestant religions, for those of you who don't know what Protestant means, it is basically a Protestant is somebody who is of the Christian faith but is not a member of the Catholic Church. That's kind of where I'm going in with, and a lot of Protestants and Catholics don't like each other. In fact, the Catholic Church is split amongst itself between the Holy Roman Catholic and the Eastern Orthodox Catholic. Both are Catholic, but the Eastern Orthodox Catholic does not recognize the Pope as the leader of the Church.
In which case, he'd need to weaken the Central Church's influence. Killing Rhea is certainly one way to do that.
And Orthodox Jews do not recognize Jesus Christ as their Savior, and the Baptists don't recognize each other in the liquor store.
To the shock of no one, I hear the Knights have been sent to subdue the leaders of the Western Church. We'll probably get a chance to assist.
You're an odd one, aren't you, Professor? How'd you make it this far in life without ever interacting with the Church? I can't believe someone like you exists in Fodlan. It's too strange.
Not
If you
too
think
uncommon
that's
for a
weird,
mercenary.
Consider the fact that Rhea hired Teach despite all that.
So those guys they caught, they all got the axe, right? That's brutal.
I mean,
Rhea can be rather
heresy,
intimidating at times. In fact,
blasphemy,
downright
attempted murder, theft of holy artifacts. Is it really that uncommon that the people who would conduct such an attack would get their heads lobbed off? It's honestly, those people were throwing a fit. It's like, what were you expecting? You attempted a heresy against the Church and attempted to kill the Archbishop. You're going to die. Either die in combat or die by might of the Church.
Professor, those who cannot be saved must be delivered to the goddess for judgment. Is that not so?
Professor, it seems Lady Rhea would like a word with you. Come with me.
Perhaps. That's a good way to put it. By those words, I'm not big on the death penalty. Let me be clear on that.
Archbishop lives.
Oh, this guy. I don't like this guy. Anyway, I'm not big on the death
Not
penalty.
that I had ever placed much faith in those swine.
The best way to describe it is, if it must be done, it must be done for the most abhorrent of criminals in the most extreme of circumstances.
The remains of Seiros were not in a tomb. However, something else was. The Sword of the Creator.
For example, if
the weapon
it's a
wielded
robbery
by that
gone wrong,
thief,
I don't think the person
king of
should die
liberation.
for it. However, taking great pleasure in the killing of it before actually attempting theft should get the needle.
I doubt you will be surprised to
If
hear
your
that
goal
the
was to
crest
kill
stone
and
had
then
already
rob,
been removed from the
then
sword
it's
stone.
complicated. Recently, well, I say recently,
expected,
a man in
it would be
Texas was
foolish to
executed,
keep both
the
in the
only
same
execution
location.
for ever a hate crime,
There's
because he
more.
dragged a
The
man to
professor was
death
able to awaken the
just
sword's
because he
true
wanted
power.
to. He was one of those white
Even without the
supremacist
crest
types.
stone, the sword
One was
glowed
already
red.
killed, the accomplice sold the other
Professor's
two
crest
out
is compelling.
for exchange
There's
for
no
a life
mistaking
sentence,
it.
and the third one was executed
Absurd.
relatively recently.
Using a relic without its crest
all over
stone
Twitter.
should be impossible. The King of Liberation's bloodline should not even...
They must be allowed to keep it, for now. I do not have enough information about the professor to act. As for your request, I assent. The Death Knight is at your command. Use him well.
Good. I believe I will enjoy this a great deal.
I suppose we could also always just turn Antarctica into a penal colony.
I cannot thank you enough for defeating those invaders.
I kind of
in
like
the
that
mausoleum.
idea. Just dump their ass in
Especially for
Antarctica and say,
protecting the sword
if you
of
can
the
make it
Creator.
back to the mainland, we'll
That
give you a
sword
pardon.
is one of the
You'll
hero's
freeze to death
relics,
before that, and
and
even
the
if you
most
somehow
precious
make it to the
artifact in
coast,
the
you
church's
will not make
possession.
it back. You will not make it
It
to
is
the...
also a
even if
weapon
you will not
of
make it
terrifying
to any continent
For
beyond
now,
that.
I will entrust
Because
the
there's
sword to you.
no materials to build a
Please,
raft
use
out
it
of.
wisely.
Lady Rhea, wait. Do you truly mean to give the sword of the Creator to this stranger?
Yes.
Surely it is not the sort of thing one hands over
I
so
suppose you
readily.
could pack one out of the
Even to
ice,
someone
but
who has the ability to wield it.
good luck.
If someone like Nemesis were to appear again, all of Fodlan would be consumed by war.
Nemesis?
Nemesis, the King of Liberation. He is an ancient king of mankind who was defeated by Seros over 1,000 years ago. When Fodlan was attacked by wicked gods, it is said that the goddess gifted Nemesis with the sword of the Creator. Nemesis used that sword to defeat the wicked gods, saving all of Fodlan. Henceforth, he was dubbed the King of Liberation. However, his power began to corrupt him until he himself turned to the darkness. Saint Seros was forced to destroy him. Lady Rhea, I beg you to reconsider. Given a little more time, we could more accurately assess this stranger's abilities.
No. I have faith, Sedith. Faith that our friend here will not be corrupted by wickedness. Since the death of Nemesis, none have been able to wield the sword of the Creator. Now, after all those long years of being sealed away, it has returned and found a new master.
I understand. As you wish, Lady Rhea. There you have it, Professor. See that you do not betray the trust the Archbishop has seen fit to bestow upon you.
The sword of the Creator? The King of Liberation? Each tale is more confusing than the last. And I really can't read that Rhea at all. That sword is clearly precious. So why is she so keen to gift the thing to you?
The sword chose me.
Is that a fact? I feel as though we have become entangled in a mystery. And there is one more thing that has been plaguing me. The sword of the Creator. It somehow feels distinct from other relics we have seen. Such as the one that... Oh goodness, what was her name?
Morgana? Catherine.
Yes, her! The sword of the Creator is different from her Thunderbrand in one key way.
The design?
It bears a hole, where something should have been, but is no more. I despise not knowing what is going on. It frightens me. And yet, I place my trust in you. I must. Whatever comes to pass, please swear to cut a path that is your own.
Sword of the Creator, pulled right from the legends. I finally found it, and yet it ended up in Teach's hands. Could I even use it anyway? Damn it. There's no telling what's to come.
I really should have ended it there.
Part 1. White Clouds. Verdant Rain Moon. Tower of Black Winds. The ceaseless rains that satiate the verdant landscape of Fodlan are accompanied by fierce winds and mighty roars of thunder. This abundance of rain, sparkling as it falls against beams of emerging sunlight, is a constant reminder to the people of Fodlan that nature is ever wild and unpredictable. For when the rain finally does take pause, the clouds part and give way to a glorious rainbow.
New places to explore. And we'll do just that next episode. When I get to a point where I can end this, which will be pretty soon, actually.
I would like for you to take your students into Kingdom territory to eliminate some thieves.
They stole a hero's relic from House Gautier of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, the Lance of Ruin.
Sylvain has something to say to the person who stole that relic.
Your leader's name is Miklan. He is apparently a disowned son of House Gautier.
And that's why. Why?
I believe it had something to do with his lack of a crest. Such happenings are fairly common within the kingdom.
The Crestless cannot unleash the goddess's power even if they possess a relic. Nonetheless, they are still capable of simply wielding those weapons.
The hero's relics are immensely powerful weapons. We must meet this threat with adequate force. Unfortunately, most of the Knights of Seiros are away from the monastery, purging the apostates of the Western Church. So we are entrusting you with this mission. After all, you wield the Sword of the Creator, which is more than capable of opposing any relic.
The Sword of the Creator is a powerful weapon well beyond the other relics. You have nothing to fear. However, to ensure that no harm comes to the students, we will also send the monastery's most skilled individuals to aid you.
I must remind you that you are expected to conduct yourself in a manner befitting the wielder of that holy sword. Also, you should know that Professor Hanneman has been looking for you. That is all.
Hey, Teach. I gotta say, I never would have guessed you were a descendant of the King of Liberation. You didn't forget, did you? That story I told you about a relic that could cut a mountain in half? That relic was the Sword of the Creator.
I
the
don't
very
think
same
so.
used by Nemesis, the King of Liberation.
I think it had something to do with the Slitherkin and their... Well, that's a spoiler, but if you're this far in my series, you know what I'm speaking of. I don't know if I'm his descendant or not.
Don't be coy, Teach. The Sword of the Creator could only be wielded by Nemesis. If you can use it too, that can only mean you have that bloodline's crest.
I don't understand.
Fine. Keep your secrets. But just so you know, I don't understand isn't gonna cut it here at the monastery. Speaking of, Professor Hanneman has been looking for you. He probably wants to examine your crest with those crazy instruments of his. Actually, sounds amusing. Maybe I'll tag along.
If it isn't my little Claude, what has you so worked up?
You look a lot like Claude.
Judith? What are you doing here?
That's Lady Judith to you, boy. I told you, until you're in charge, I expect you to address me with all due respect. Anyway, I'm here to retrieve you. Duke Regan's condition has taken a turn for the worse.
Are you saying the old man's on his deathbed?
No, it's not that bad. But in the state he's in, he won't be able to participate in the next roundtable conference. He wants you to go in his stead. I volunteered to play the messenger.
Wow, thanks for that. Oh, and Teach, this is Judith, also known as the hero of House Dathnal.
So you're little Claude's teacher, are you? How much trouble has he been giving you?
She looks like Claude. Maybe they're relatives. Oh, plenty.
If her nickname didn't give it away, you should know that Judith, Lady Judith, is the leader of the famous House Dathnal of the Leicester Alliance. She used to be a big deal at the roundtable conferences, but it seems of late she's been reduced to a mere...
You had better shut that mouth before I put my boot in it, you tactless nuisance. Now come on, let's get going. Sorry, Professor, but I need to borrow the boy for a bit.
I suppose we'll have to finish our chat later. Sorry, Teach. But don't you worry, I'll be back in time for our next mission. All right, Judith, let's get going.
It's Lady... I suppose you are the active leader for the time being. Fair enough, boy. Fair enough.
Good of you to come, Professor. I've heard much about you lately. Specifically, that you are able to awaken the sword of the Creator's power. Thusly, it seems the true nature of your crest has been uncovered. I had, of course, seen your crest before. However, at first, I failed to recognize its true nature. Eventually, it dawned on me that what is visible is perhaps merely a small part of a greater whole. In other words, your crest is too significant to be detected when using normal instruments. After this discovery, I began researching crests that might fit that description, which allowed for a temporary hypothesis. However, I could not be certain. The crest my conclusions led me to was far too unusual. A crest thought to have disappeared from this world in the millennium since the fall of Nemesis, the King of Liberation. The crest of flames. That is what you possess.
The crest of flames.
Your ability to wield the sword of the Creator has unequivocally proven my hypothesis. A legendary power, dormant since time immemorial and now resurrected. There can be no doubt that this ancient power resides within you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to end this one here. Thank you all for watching. Join me next time on Fire Emblem Three Houses as we, well, explore the monastery and see what there is new for me. But until then, I am the Dark Seraph, signing off.